Alright, so, hello. And today I'm going to be making tacos. It's a Mexican dish that got its origins from a Mexican silver mine. And yeah, let's just get right started. So, the first thing that we're going to cut, because we got a lot of ingredients here, we got tomatoes, pepper, olive, avocado, onion, cilantro, lettuce. And we're going to be putting them all in here after we're done cutting them. So, yeah, so let's get right to cutting. So, the first thing that we're going to cut is the olives. Now, we're going to put some of the olives down. Actually, that's most of them, but we're just going to cut them out. And you just cut them pretty easily. You don't want to cut your finger, but you just cut them in half, and then you place them in one of these green things. And, yeah, so that's basically all you're going to do for the olives. And then, yeah, so I'll get right back to you after I'm done cutting the olives. Alright, so I just cut the olives. I'm done with cutting the olives now. So the next thing I'm going to cut is this pepper. So the first thing that you want to do is you want to kind of get this stem out of there by cutting right down the middle like that. And you actually want to get a little bit more off than I just did right there. And then the next thing you want to do is just kind of pull these seeds out like so. And then you can just throw this stuff away in the garbage. And then you got yourself a pepper, and you just cut it from there. So I'll get back to you once I cut it and put it in the green. All right, so I actually just finished cutting the pepper, so that's in the green thing. So we got pepper and olives so far, and the next thing that I'm gonna cut is the tomatoes. So tomatoes are really easy; they're just like the olives. You just take it out, you cut it in half, and then you put it in the green thing. So you're just gonna keep doing that until you think you have a good amount. So I'll get right back after I'm done cutting. Alright everybody, so I actually just finished cutting tomatoes, and the next thing that we're going to cut is this lettuce. So lettuce is pretty easy. First thing you're going to want to do is you have your head of lettuce. So I'm going to cut down a quarter of it. You don't need all of it, it's a lot. So then you take this smaller half, and then you just cut that up. So kind of easy, but yeah, I'll get right back to you after I cut that up. Alright everybody, so I actually just finished cutting the lettuce. You just cut that lettuce head, or that little quarter of it, and then you put it in there. And so now I'm going to be cutting the avocado, and this avocado says it's from Mexico. It doesn't necessarily mean it's from Mexico, but avocados do actually grow in Mexico. So yeah, so when you're going to want to cut this, just cut it just like this. It's going to be a little bit hard actually to cut, but you should just be able to cut it right down the middle. And then yeah, you just cut it in the middle. And see, this is actually the pit. So now you just want to scoop out the pit, and then scoop out all this green stuff, and put that green stuff in there and throw the pit out, and also throw the skin out. So yeah, so I'll get right back to you after I do. Alright, hello everybody. So I did some of the avocado. It was not very ripe, but you know, some of the avocado, put it in there. I saved the rest of the half to, obviously, so it's not that, so it gets more ripe. But yeah, so we're gonna be cutting the cilantro. So just take the cilantro out of here. Kind of a little bit of stem on it if you want to. Just cut that off like that. A little bit of stem, just throw that away. And then you just kind of want to cut this and keep chopping, chop, and then you put it in there. So it's just going to be like that, and you just keep chopping. But yeah, that's basically how you do it. And then we're going to put it in there, so I'll get back to you when we're done with that. Alright, so we're going to be cutting this onion. We just finished cutting the cilantro. As you can see, it's in there. And the next thing we're going to be cutting is this onion. So first thing you're going to want to do when you're cutting an onion, just cut this little piece off. It's going to make you cry. Now, actually, a piece of information that I learned is that is actually what makes you cry. When you cut that, is what makes you cry. Well, actually, it's this over here and that. So, then you're just going to want to cut down the middle, like this. Just like that. And then we're just going to cut the rest. And, yeah, so I'll get right back to you after we put that in the green. So this is going to be like step 2. So we just chopped up the vegetables and everything. So now we're going to prepare the meat. And this is the meat right here. It's ground beef. So we're going to put 1 pound of this into here. And we're going to let that cook. And then we're going to put our the sauce in it and the taco seasoning. So, all right, so now what I'm doing is I put 1 pound of that in there. And now I'm just going to cook it until it gets brown. And then after it gets brown, I'll add some other stuff. And yeah, so it's cooking a lot. And I'm just using this spoon to turn it over and everything, and you know, mix it around, you know what I'm saying? Like that, things like that. And then flip it and things like that. Pretty easy, but The next thing that I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put the sauce into this pan. So I'm gonna do that, right? Okay. I just pour that in there, and then you just stir that around, like so. This is tomato sauce, just like that. So you just throw that around in there, make sure all of it, get some. So it's all brown when you pour this in. It'll be steaming like so. Everything will be fine like that. So now you think that's pretty mixed up. The next thing you're going to do is add the seasoning. But I'm going to add some hamburger onto that really quick because my brother doesn't like the seasoning. So you can do without seasoning too. So you're going to put that in the pan. Alright, and then we add the seasoning. So we just add this whole thing, right? Yep, so we add this whole thing. And then once you added that in there, you just stir that around. Now it's taco season. You'll smell it and it'll get around in there. And you just stir all that around. And you'll know when it's all stirred in. You'll smell it and look good. But yeah, and I'll come back to you once I make it. We are going to be, so I have all the ingredients now. So what we need is we need a tortilla. You can really grab a tortilla from anywhere. Just go to the grocery store, grab a tortilla. And you're going to want to put the tortilla on this. And then you're going to wait for that to get hot and flip it and then put it back on the plate. So, okay, so the next thing that you do is you grab your meat and you put your meat on. So grab about like that much meat. That's pretty good amount. And then the next thing you do is you come over here and you grab your other stuff. So you can grab your vegetables that we made earlier. Your tomatoes, your lettuce, your olives, your peppers, your onions. These are really good chopped onions, but they're alright. No, they usually chop onions, so alright, just put this on there and then put a little bit of this and put some avocado on there. And you can come over here and you can get your sauce to it. It says imported from Mexico. That doesn't necessarily mean it's from Mexico, but it could be. Just put that on. It's garlic sauce, chili garlic sauce right there. Put that on. Too much, I'll overdo it. And then the next thing that you do is you go and you grab the cheese over here and you put that on right here. And that's it. And the next thing you're going to do is roll taco. And yeah, that's it. After you're done, you'll have tacos and you can add some salsa. And then you can have some chips. So, well, yeah, that's Toro, everybody.